Who's going to be this year's Evan Engram? To me, it's Tyler Conklin. Evan Engram was drafted super, super late in best ball drafts last year. Again, all the way up until the season started. Late round guy. I don't know what he finished at, but I was drafting Evan Engram a absolute ton last year. He was 18th round, and I think he bumped all the way up to right around, I think he finished about 16th round, something like that. And we're seeing that sort of trend with Tyler Conklin as well. So honestly, now's the time to pick up as many shares of Ty Conklin as you can get, because his price is increasing kind of by the day. So I would try to fit him into your lineups as much as you can. I think he can be that tight end 2 in a two tight end roster construction, 2 tight end build, that sort of thing. I think he can be that guy where you don't have to rely on 3. Sure, you can go that route, and it's never a bad route to go, but I'm fully okay with believing in Tyler Conklin as my tight end 2 and 2 tight end builds. So again, the parallels that I was looking for when I'm looking for the next Evan Engram, an up and coming type of an offense, a little bit of unproven wide receivers, and then some history of production, at the position. I think that Conklin checks all of these lists or all of these marks, all these buttons, has a history of production, has mirrored, exactly the same production in the past 2 seasons, limited unproven wide receivers. So Garrett Wilson's obviously a stud, 100%. Beyond that, what are we looking at? Allen Lazard, Mecole Hardman, Corey Davis. None of these guys really, blow my socks off to be, 1,000-yard wide receiver, that sort of a thing. Lazard does do a lot of tight end type things, that's for sure. But, there's going to be room for Ty Conklin to eat, especially in this offense. And then you look at the quarterback position, Trevor Lawrence coming up, taking a second-year leap. Obviously, it's not quite the same with Aaron Rodgers coming over, but there's a huge leap at the quarterback position, obviously. So last year, you look at his production, the last 2 years, both years that Tyler Conklin has been on the Jets, the quarterbacks have been Zach Wilson, Joe Flacco, and Mike White. And he's had the exact same production for the last 2 seasons, which is very quality, over 100 points at the tight end position, nothing wrong with that. So you inject Aaron Rodgers into this offense, and that's a massive, massive upgrade. I think everyone can agree on that. You look at offensive coordinator coming in. Matt Hackett comes in with, obviously, Aaron Rodgers. So you look at some parallels. Again, I'm looking for parallels in all of these. They got to make sense. Bob Tunyon had 11 tight ends in a similar situation with Aaron Rodgers, with Matt Hackett, and with Davante Adams, who, you could say is Garrett Wilson in this offense. I'm looking at this offense very much the way I looked at the Green Bay Packers offense a few years ago. Davante Adams, Garrett Wilson, Robert Tunyon, Ty Conklin, Allen Lazard. You know what I mean? It's very, very similar. And all the players are more or less the same. So that's the way I'm looking at it. And I think that there's a very, very, very good possibility that Tyler Conklin is this year's Evan Engram, this year's late round tight end kind of sleeper.